chat. So if you wouldn't mind helping me out with that, I'd appreciate it.
No
Oria,
problem.
thanks for that introduction. I appreciate you. I've known Oria for years, and I still keep on coming back for more. I haven't learned my lesson yet, right? That's my sweetheart. I love her. So, yeah, before we get started, just real quick, Oria alluded to the fact that, I do things a little differently. I've been blessed with dyslexia and several learning disabilities, so I just learn a very different way. It doesn't mean, it's nothing good or bad with our school system, but when I went to school, they didn't understand what these things were. So I just basically got hit on the hand with a ruler, and that wasn't too engaging, we'll put it that way. So I barely made it out of high school, but I also went on to be vice president of engineering for a manufacturing company. I was never able to go to college. I just don't learn that way. So I'm a self-taught mechanical engineer, and did well for myself. Very happy with that. And I'm just going to share several different things in a way that hopefully will be meaningful to some of you guys on the Zoom. So first things first, I'm a happy IML subscriber, just like the rest of you guys. Don't consider myself a master trader or anyone with any kind of super intellect or super skill set. Everything that I am going to talk to you today, this evening, came from IML. I think it's one of the most fantastic learning platforms that are available. I think we have an unfair advantage in the market because we do study with some of the best traders on the planet. So that being said, I'm also not one to give out trades, or I don't take anybody else's trades. I don't hand out trades. What I'd much rather do is just explain to you in very simple terms what I see on these charts and how I take trades. And I chose the harmonic scanner because it's one of the most dependable or winningest tools that IML has, in my opinion. And it's super, super, super easy to learn and to use. And you can be through the academy just for your first time with a Daisy Duncan and know enough to get on the harmonic scanner and start doing some, some really cool things, making an impact, financially. So let me just bring up the scanner. And I have to tell you that there is no trading system, no trading tool. There's nothing in the Forex market that is 100%. So, and your past results, my past results, do not even equal or guarantee my future success, let alone yours. So tonight is not about what you should be doing with your money. Tonight is about some mindset and some procedures on how I engage with this tool. And if I can cut, a day off your learning curve, if I can just give you a couple of nuggets that are helpful to you, then, the time was well spent, we'll put it that way. So first things first. Here is the scanner, and I get to the point where I'm about to do some trading. So where did my toolbar go? Hold on. I want to switch my screens, and I don't see my... Oria, where did the toolbar go? No clue?
It should be on top. You see it?
No, I want to switch my screens and I can't. I just did my share thing. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through it. There's a website called forexfactory.com, and for whatever reason, I'm not capable of switching my screens right now. So before I trade, before I enter any kind of trade, before I sit down to a session, I go onto forexfactory.com and I look for the news. I want to know what news announcements are happening in the near future in the session that I'm trading, because typically I'll be doing scalping, so I don't have to worry about what's going to happen the next day. I just look on today's date and I look for red and yellow folders. I don't really care what the news announcement is because the market makers will move price to their, to whatever suits them, and they just use the news as an excuse, basically. So that being said, what you should see now is the actual harmonic scanner that I have up. And we're just going to go around the dashboard here and give you some explanations as to what we see. In the way up in the upper left-hand corner, in this column here, these are all brokers. I typically click on Trader's Way. I go for the 1, 4, and daily scans. And let's just bring up the first one. That's USD CHF. That's UC. I click on that guy, and it is showing me a pattern. This is really kind of cool because this pattern is being generated behind the scenes. Stephen Hooley wrote this algorithm, and this is based on a trading view chart. So this is a chart that's available to the whole world. It's just we pay IML, or we subscribe to IML to get the benefit of this algorithm, which draws this really cool pattern. And this was a sharp pattern. If you look over here, you see the broker's Trader's Way. Here's the pair. There's the 1 hour chart, and this is a sharp. I don't care if it's a shark, a butterfly, a hubcap. I don't care. I don't care what it is. All I know is that the pair is going to move. And when the pair moves and we get on the right side of the trade, we earn pips. And that's why we're here, right? So cool. So over here in the upper left-hand corner, that's the 15-minute time frame. You'll see I have it set to candles. And here's some settings, chart properties. And the neat thing is we have additional indicators. Because this is a trading view chart, I can bring in trading view tools. So before I go and do that, let's talk a little bit about what this chart is telling me. Can we all please mute our mics? Thank you so much. Oh, look at this. My little thing showed up. Okay. So I found my sharing toolbar. I'll go back to the Forex Factory in a moment for those who are new to that. So this particular pair has been identified that it's going to move. And I'm noticing over here on my left, my right, pardon the dyslexia, my right, that my stop loss and my entry price is below the current price. So that is telling me that I expect this pair to go into a buy. My take profits are 1, 2, and 3, and they are above the current price. So in order for me to earn pips, this price is going to go into a buy. Now, and that's really neat. So if we look very closely, we'll see this D. That's the D extension. That's a point of interest. That's where the entry price starts. Me, personally, I don't ever, never, ever take the trade when it's here on the candle with the D extension. I wait. I want this pair to reveal itself to me and go in as this move is a little more mature. And I'll explain exactly what I'm talking about. So does everyone understand why this is a buy? My entry price is here. My stop loss is below the current price. And I expect it to go up into a buy to take profit. Simple, simple, simple. So now, if you just went into the scanner and went into your broker and put in this entry price and put in a take profit, would you be in the trade right now? Anybody?
No.
Allison, you know I love you. That's the exact correct answer. Because the scanner is good, right? And the scanner realized it's going to come and do a little retracing here before it takes off, but it never clicked off on the entry price. So if you just entered what the scanner told you, this is one of the times where it's a miss. It's missing the entry price. If you just type in the numbers, you'll win about 7, 8 out of 10. And a lot of people are happy with that. And there's nothing wrong with 8 out of 10. Believe me, that's a phenomenal, phenomenal hit rate. But I've made some observations by bringing some other tools, how even though this is a miss on the scanner, we can still use this information to our benefit. So I'm going to bring in a Bollinger Band. John Bollinger invented Bollinger Bands. So you just go over here to Indicators, type in BOL, click on Bollinger Bands, and look what happens. Remember, this is a trading view chart. So we're bringing in some additional tools. So the cool thing about the Bollinger Bands is the band consists of a high region. This is the high edge of the market. The low region, which is the low edge of the market. And it's basically all the highs and all the lows. And the median, that's the moving average. Right there, smack dab in the middle. So if I compress this and you look over time, price will bounce from the low edge to the high edge. Low edge, high edge, low edge, high edge, low edge, high edge. So right now, my price is where? Is it at the low edge of the market or the high edge of the market? Anybody? This is classroom participation.
Low.
Absolutely.
It's at the low end.
Perfect. So knowing what we know about Bollinger Bands, are we expecting this price to go into a buy?
Yes.
Yes. We just don't know when. That's the agita. That's my effort to save you guys a lot of stress, is to realize that even though this puppy missed the entry price, my Bollinger Band is now giving me another voice, another opinion, and saying, yo, Tommy, this is going to be a buy. The Harmonic scanner said, hey, Tommy, this is going to be a buy. But I'm not jumping in right now because I'm way here at the low edge of the market. Because if you look, let's look back in time. Let's look at another area of the market. Look at this. Let's please mute our mics. I mute everything. All right, good. All right, so right here on this candle, look what happened. It closed outside of the low average. It closed outside of the low. It closed outside of the low. Anytime it closes outside of the low, it's going to work its way back. And now I'm still at the low. So my take profit 1 and my take profit 2 are where in the Bollinger Band? It's somewhere here in the middle. So these two indicators are telling me that the price is going to go in a buy direction. Well, let's see if we have some other guys that might tell me a story. I like the SAR. A parabolic SAR, and I use 2 of them. Parabolic SAR stands for stop and reverse. How cool would it be if you knew when this pair was going to stop and go in the other direction? That's valuable information. That's why I use it. So I modify these a little bit. So you see how I brought them in. I go to my first SAR. I do format. And I'm going to change this to a 303. Now, I highly advise you not to go around messing with indicators on your own whim. The reason why I'm changing this indicator is I was instructed by a master trader who his average hit rate is 1,000 wins in a row. So when he tells me to do something, I just do it. And he explains. But 1,000 wins in a row is pretty dramatic. So let's say save as default. That is my yellow SAR. And now I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to make this one red. I'm going to punch it up nice and bright. I'm going to bring the size up. And my inputs here are going to be 06 and 06. Now, these are just some additional tools that are available on every single trading view chart on the planet. And because this is a trading view chart, we can bring them in here too. Now, unfortunately, you know, it's kind of hard to see on this white screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click anywhere out in space, go to properties, and I'm going to go to background. I'm just going to make it a little bit darker. One more time. A little bit darker so we can see. So now, SARs. The story of a SAR, if you look at history, when the SARs are above the price, we're in a sell. When the SARs are below the price, we're in a buy. How cool is this? And you can watch them flip from top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom. Here, the red SAR will move first. That's my early warning system. And the yellow SAR is my confirmation. So let's look at this candle. Let me see if I can get a bigger. Now, where'd he go? Lose him. Bear with me, please. Yeah, here's one. You'll notice there's times when there's one SAR on the top and one SAR on the bottom. That means it's thinking about it. It might go up, it might go down. So when these SARs actually come and touch the price, that's when they're going to move from side to side. So let's see how this is relative to this conversation right now. So again, when the SAR is at the top, on top of price, it's a sell. When the SAR is on the bottom of the price, it's a buy. So our harmonic scanner is telling me, hey, dude, it's going to be a buy. Johnny Bollinger says, oh, it's going to be a buy. Now look what my SARs are doing. My red SAR flipped to what? To a buy. Where's my yellow SAR? My yellow SAR, not so much. So for me to take this trade, this is what it looks like out of the box, right? This is the information, what you normally see if you don't add anything additional. It's like saying, dude, it's going to be a buy. Okay, fine. I bring in my next voice. And Johnny Bollinger is telling me, hey, you're at the low edge of the market. It's going to go up. Then I bring in my SARs. And let me darken this. Properties, background, this. And what you're noticing here is I have my yellow SAR on top, my red SAR on the bottom. So the minute this price comes and touches this yellow SAR, the SAR is going to flip to the bottom. Now I have 4 indicators telling me buy. What do you think I'm going to do when I have 4 indicators telling me the same thing? I'm going to do what they're telling me. But I'm not going to do what they're telling me until they tell me. So even though this looks really good on a buy, I'm super, super, super conservative. I'm waiting for my 4th indicator also to tell me buy. That might not happen for an hour. I don't care. I'll set an alert and I'll come back and look at it in a half hour or look at it, whatever. Because in this business, in the Forex market, patience pays. The biggest mistake that I made when I would consider myself a rookie, when starting out, is I always felt like I was going to miss the move. Man, I'm going to miss it. If I don't get in now, I know it's gonna. It looks like it might. I got to get in now before I miss. Believe me when I tell you, you will never miss the move. You might miss some pips, but the market's always moving. So if you don't catch this buy, have some patience and grab the sell. Take it easy. Don't drive yourself nuts. And don't think as though you have to be in 15,000 trades all at the same time. How about like win one a session? Just win a freaking trade, right? So for me, when this yellow SAR comes and flips to the bottom, I'm going to jump in on a buy, and I'm going to take 5 little measly pips. 5. You know why I'm going to take 5? Anybody have a clue? I'm taking 5 because they're there. Because I can. Because I'm not going to set a take profit of 20 pips or 30 pips or some pips and run the risk of being way blue in the account, and all of a sudden a news announcement comes that I might have missed and crash and burn. So I understand when you're trading in micro lots and you put in a 0.01 and 5 pips mean you have 0.05 now. I understand that's not very thrilling. I get it. Believe me, no one is jumping up in joy because you made 25 cents in the market. But what I'm going to beg you to realize is we're not here at this point in time looking to make a fortune. We're looking to make pips. Because when you master this skill, just in this very simple tool, it's just a couple of indicators. It's very easy to read. When you have the harmonic scanner in agreement with the Bollinger Bands and 2 SARs, take the trade. Take it for 5 pips. What do you do with those 5 pips when you take them? Anything you want. You own them. They're yours. I got them. So what happens when you go into this trade in lot sizes of 100? What's 5 pips worth in dollars in lot sizes of 100? Anybody? That's 5,000 freaking dollars. So let me ask you a question. How happy are you going to be? You stay in demo until you really get it. You stay in demo until you freaking triple your demo account. If you started with 100, don't even think about leaving demo until you got 300. If you started with 1,000, don't even think about leaving until you got 3,000. Why? Because by the time you triple your account, you'll have gone through every emotion, every possible or many possible scenarios that will drive you crazy when you're in real money. Okay? And the skill set is the same. So the skills that you're developing in your demo account are the ones that are going to pay your mortgage. But if you don't take the time and the patience to work in demo, you're not going to get to the point where you're going to earn real money. Now, and this is just my opinion, and I'll tell you how I came upon this opinion. I'm all about visual, I'm a visual learner. I'm a tactile learner, all about shapes. And man, I got this pretty quick, right? So I stayed in demo for about 38 seconds. And, I made $5,000 really quick. And I'm like, I got this, piece of cake, no sweat. I started trading in standard lots, no problem. it was very common for me to earn $500-600 a shot in a trade. I'm like, huh, I don't know what the big deal is. And as quick as I earned that 5,000, I lost 5,000. You know why? Because I didn't know what I didn't know. I thought because I hung out with a Daisy Duncan one time and I heard it once, I thought I was a trader. No, I was just some guy pushing buttons on a freaking platform. I had no clue what was going on. So I spent 6 months in demo. I put $100 in, and I turned it into 30,000. And I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back, and I just stopped counting at 30,000. But the point being is, once you learn the skill, the money will come. If you start trading in real money, you never get to develop the skill. Does that make sense to anybody? You have to put the skill ahead of Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin's got to be in the back of the bus right now. You got to put the skills up front in the driver's seat. When you're driving the bus with the skill set, Benjamin's going with you. Okay? Anyone who's been on this session has heard me say this, and I'll say this to anyone who will listen. Your demo account is not purgatory. It's not a punishment. It's not something you have to get out of. I still have an active demo account to this day. If I'm not understanding something, or like I hung out with Crystal a while ago and she showed me a couple of things and I'm like, cool, Crystal, I appreciate you. I love you very much. She's a phenomenal trader. But you know what I did with that information? You know where I traded? I traded in demo. I'm going to learn my lessons in demo, right? So I hope you get that point. Stay in freaking demo. Demo is the gymnasium of the Forex market. It's where you go to build up your Forex muscles. You're going to look at a chart. You're going to look to the left. You're going to look at your indicators. You're going to see where this thing is going. And boom, you're going to start entering trades. And you're going to be a happy camper. Now, let's just look real quick back to this last candle and look what my price is doing here. I have one red SAR going to a buy, and now look what happened. My red SAR popped over to a sell again. Okay? But we'll do this little measuring deal. Anyone ever know how to measure? You come over here, you click on the little square, the little right angle square thing, and you click on that, and you come here, and you go up. So even if I went in on my red SAR, did I get 5 pips? That's 7 pips right there. Right? Now, I don't do that, but I just want to show you how freaking simple it is to grab 5 pips. We're here talking on one candle, and that's 5 pips. One day, as an accomplished trader, trading in lot sizes of 100, you just earned 5 grand. 5 grand is pretty nice. See, I don't want to sit in front of a screen for 40 hours a week earning a living. I want to jump in, look at a trade, earn 5 grand, 10 grand, and go about my business. It's pretty much 280 effective trading days. So, I don't know, just for shits and giggles, just bear with me. Have some fun with numbers. 280 times 5,000. So 280 trading days, when you take 5 pips at lot sizes of 100, is $1.4 million. Can you get by on 1.4? Could you squeak out with $1 million?
Be tough.
Yes, Silver Sneakers. Do you see my point? You see where I'm going with this? Right? Just grab your 5 freaking pips and build up an account so you can trade in lot sizes of 100. I'm trading in standard lots now. I'm having fun days. my days are like, woohoo! It's a big freaking party. So let's go back over this again. Look, you guys got questions, just unmute yourself.
Tommy, I have a quick question.
So tell me. Okay.
I'm with you. What's your question?
I understand the Bollinger and I understand everything else, but I'm a little confused on the SARS. I guess I've been looking at too many of the Ichimoku red and blue lines or something.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, Ichimoku, the crowd's awesome. People make a fortune with that thing.
Oh, yeah.
So,
They're very similar, aren't they?
What, in terms of the...
Crossing the red and the they say they cross the red and they call it the tiki zone or whatever.
Yeah,
and they cross the red and the blue lines. You're crossing the red and the yellow here.
Well, see, I'm not actually crossing lines. What's happening is the SAR is bouncing back and forth from the high side on the low side. So
Okay.
here, let's look at this. We'll go back a couple candles. Let me shrink this down. See this big long freaking candle?
Right.
Big cell? Okay. So there was a time, let's look back in time, where I had my red and my yellow SAR on the bottom of the price. What does that mean? That means the pair is in a buy. So even it's consolidating and doing all this happy stuff, but it's still a freaking buy. So here, on this huge, huge candle, I had both my SARs flip over to a sell. Now, this is fairly dramatic. This is some kind of a news announcement. Something happened. Somebody tweeted something. Who knows? But the market moved. The market moved like almost 30 pips on a 15-minute candle. Something big happened. And my SARs are telling me I am in a sell. So I had one red SAR flip over into a buy. Why is that important? Because my harmonic scanner and my Bollinger Band is leading me towards the belief that this is going to be a buy. But my SARs are not in agreement yet. My SARs are still on the sell side of the equation.
I see what I was doing. I was looking at the moving average line that they had to both be on the same side of that. They have to be on the same side of the candle.
Yes, let me just turn off the Bollinger Band. So when you're looking at SARs, this is what you're seeing. I'm just looking at it through the Bollinger Band. If it's easier for you, just click off the Bollinger Band, you know, until you get used to looking at, you know, seeing what you're seeing.
Gotcha. That helps. Okay.
Cool. So they're going to bounce back from a sell. Under here, it's a buy. And we have another tool down here I don't really talk a whole lot about. This the RSI, right? And that's basically a relative strength index.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. You cleared up the SARs. Thank you. That was my one sticky point.
No, it's all good. And look, got questions, just shout them out. Who else? Somebody else got
I was actually, I understand the indicators. I'm just not sure when you started from the very beginning why you looked at the harmonic scanner and thought it was going into a buy before you got into the indicators.
Okay, cool. So let's go back. Let's see, erase some of this ancillary information. Let's get that out of here. And let's put it back the way it is out of the box. So background is back to white. This is what you see right out of the box, okay? Now, we're gonna have a conversation now, so feel free to you know, converse, all right?
Okay.
So this is what you see when you turn on your machine. I went over here, I picked my broker, and this is AUD, NZD, it happens to be a crab, I don't care, it's in motion. And now, once I realize the pair I'm in, and I realize that, you know, I have a call, I come over here to my entry price. I want to take a look at my entry price, where I enter this move, and where is that relative to my current price.
Okay.
All right? So right now, my current price is greater than my entry, so I have not met the requirements for this move yet. That's my first data point that I secure. Am I in the move, or is the move happening, or is the move about to happen? So the call, the harmonic scanner call, is not active yet because my entry price has not been met. Is that clear?
Okay. Yes.
Awesome. So now I want to know, where is my stop loss relative to my current price? Is my stop loss below or above my current price?
Stop
It's
loss is
below.
It's below, right? So if the price was proceeding to the stop loss, that bounces me out of the trade, right? So
Yes.
the sell, if it continues into a sell, I lose. True?
Got it. Yes.
So where is the win? The win
Going
has to
up.
be in the buy. Do you follow
Got
that
it.
logic?
Yes, I do. Thank you so much.
Isn't it simple when you think like a little fuzzy Italian? I mean, it's just simple that way. It's not hard. So let me
Tommy,
see.
I found something interesting the other day, excuse me,
Sure.
when you choose your brokers on the left-hand side, say just choose Trader's Way, they said that the one at the top is the closest to the execution as far as minutes and hour-wise. The ones that are towards the bottom are further back in the time frame.
Yeah, and let me come over here. And you're absolutely 100% right. And let me give that to the rest of the group. So when you're here, these are in chronological order. So this is the one that just come out. This is the next one, and so on and so forth. If I click something way down here, you're going to see where we are in time and see my D extension. We're on, this is 1 day. So my D extension was here, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days ago. All right? So you're absolutely right. The ripest ones are on top. And let me show you something else that I get a lot of value out of. See, because the way I use this tool is I use this tool to alert me to whatever pairs are in motion. So this is telling me US, CHF is in motion, Aussie NZD is in motion, and NZD CAD is in motion. Huh. Well, what do I have? I've got Aussie NZD, and I have NZD and CAD. So by default, Aussie and CAD, I have a trading opportunity in Aussie and CAD as well, right? So you can go into whatever you use. I use Trader's Way. So here I look down my list and I got this choice, I got that choice, and I have several other opportunities. Now I'm going to give you absolute 100% full disclosure. I only trade the Japanese yen in whatever pair. Remember the back of the story, the beginning of the story? My whole life has been battling dyslexia. So the Japanese yen only got 3 digits I got to deal with. It makes my life so much happier. And
What if it's not listed?
It's not listed?
What if it's not listed on one of their pairs?
I'm going to do something else.
Okay.
I don't need to be in the trade. I only take the trades that are available to me. See, and one of the things that need to be written in stone is you do not trade real money unless you have a written trading plan that you are following in a highly disciplined manner, right? Your trading plan, and your trading plan will reveal itself to you when you're in demo. That's the other purpose of being in demo. Because what you're going to find out is you're going to find out what kind of trader you are. We all have different temperaments, right? I don't like riding the red bus. Who knows what the red bus is? The red bus, yeah. The red bus is when you click into a trade, the broker's taking out the VIG or the spread, and the trade immediately goes red. And then sometimes you're in a pullback. You could be in a pullback for 45 minutes or an hour. I don't like that. I like being in blue, right? So this is why I trade the way I trade. Everyone has their own pain tolerance, and everyone has their own aversion to risk. The thing I want to really get across is this is not a casino, right? There are risks involved in every trade. Every time I enter a trade, I enter it with the thought that this is the trade that can wipe out my account. And I treat each one with that level of respect. When I win 3 trades, especially 3 trades in a row, when I win 3 trades in a row, I get up and I leave. I stop. You know why? Because I started winning like 18, 19 trades in a row, and I'm like, the heck with the second SAR. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. I'm on a hot streak. And then I would get crushed. So in my trading plan, it says when you win 3 in a row, get up, make yourself a sandwich, go pet the dog, go take a stroll, do something, get away. At least if I'm entering on 15-minute candles, I'm leaving for at least an hour. It also says in my trading plan, if I lose 3 trades in any session, if I hit my stop loss 3 times in any session, I shut my machine off and I'm done for the day. Because something's not clicking. And I might not be able to identify what's not clicking, but the first responsibility of a trader is to protect your account. That's number 1. You have to protect your account. And this is why you have a written trading plan to put in these rules that structure your activity in this market. Because this market can be a very emotional place. Man, I won this one, I won this one, I won this one. Now, man, I don't go for the 4th one because that tempers my emotion. That's me. This market is going to be there. This market they've been trading currencies for hundreds and hundreds of years. I just showed you 5 pips a day on 280 trading days. Lot sizes of 100 is 1.4 million. How much is enough? How much you need? This is not even being a master trader. This is just being able to read the harmonic scanner and a couple of extra tools. You want to be Dr. Kathy Kirkland? Okay, that's fine. That takes a lot of work. Dr. Kathy Kirkland is a sweet woman. I met her many times. She's a doll. I don't want to be her. I want to trade for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, grab my 5 pips, and go make a martini. You with me? Cool. So let me just see if I can go and find one that's in a cell. Just so you look, there's another buy. And try this guy. There's another buy. What does that tell you if all these pairs are in a buy? That tells me things are booming, huh? Here is a sell. So I want you guys just to recognize what a sell looks like. And this is good because this has got multiple entry prices, right? And let's bring in, well, no, let's just start from the top. So again, this pair is GC. Great British Pound Canadian. It's a shark. It's on the 1 hour chart. And it never made its entry price. So if you just typed in the numbers off the computer, you would not have been in this trade. You'll see that have a stop loss is above my entries. It's above the current price. The stop loss is above. So if I go into a buy, I lose. That means I got to win if it's a sell. So I am in a sell. Now, this is a perfect opportunity to show you how valuable Johnny Bollinger is. Look what happens when I put in my Bollinger Band. This tells me these candles have closed outside of the high edge of the market. If they're closing outside of the high edge of the market, what do they have to do? They got to go down into a sell. They got to. That's all it does. It bounces from the high to the low. It's fractal. That's what fractal means, right? So, me, I don't ever, ever enter a trade on the D extension candle. Never. I don't do that. So, while the rest of the world in IML perhaps saw this and entered it and is still not in, I put my Bollinger Band on here and I'm like, dude, when the price gets to about 168, whatever, I'm going to be fairly in that move. So I could put an alert to tell me when price gets to over here, you know, give me a, shoot up a flare. I'll come and look at the chart and then I'll be in. Let's see what my stars say. Huh. Let me make this darker so y'all can see. And I apologize for saying y'all. Every once in a while it slips out. I've been in Florida for 30-something years, and it's bound to rub off, and it pisses me off. All right, anyway. Afungu. That's not a nice word. Forget I said it. Okay. Good. Okay. So now, here we are back in time by the D extension. My SARs are telling me buy. My SARs are telling me buy. My harmonic scanner is telling me it's going to be a sell. My Bollinger Band is telling me it's going to be a sell. And look what happened when these puppies flipped. Boom. Here you go. Are you with me now? So when I throw these extra indicators on, even if I waited here, the super most, because here I have both my SARs flipped over, and by now, people will be like shooting themselves in the head. I got to get in. I'm going to miss the move. Well, look how safe this is. Boom. That's 20 freaking pips. Can you get 5 out of there? Can you get 5 on that candle? Look how long I would wait. I'm waiting till I know that thing's going to give me 5. Why? Because I'm trading in huge lots. But my risk is potentially low because the move is mature, all my indicators are in place, and for me, that lowers my risk. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Now, quick question.
Yeah, shoot.
Since it's a mature trade, would you still get in it?
Hell yeah. I'm getting in when all my indicators tell me to get in, but I'm getting in for my 5 pips. On this candle right here is a 20 pip candle. I'm taking 5. And I'm going away. But it's $5 grand.
So the last pip, the last red pip is still a sell pip. You'd still get in on that one.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
'Cause at this
That's
point in time, let's just look at what we have at this point in time, right? Because let's just say all the stuff, see what my cursor is? This has not
Right.
happened yet. Pretend this hasn't happened.
Okay.
Just on this last candle. See the yellow star at the bottom, right here?
Okay.
This candle closed and touched the yellow star. And then it immediately flipped. Boom. Now I'm in. When I see my yellow star show up, I'm clicking in. And what happened? Right here is where I got in, hypothetically. And look at my wick. You see the wick? This is my red bus. I'm riding the red bus on that wick because I'm in the wrong direction. So I'm here. So that's like 2 pips. So that's 2 pips of aggravation for me. And then this thing comes down and it pays me 5. So a candle, typically, especially on the 15-minute chart, candles typically just don't move, they pulse. And they'll pulse between 5 and 7 times on a 15-minute candle. So if you get in and the thing just like reverse, don't lose your mind because that's normal. It's going to pulse back and come down. It's going to go up, it's going to come down. And it does this whole thing as it's gradually going in the direction it goes. Cool?
Cool.
So here, this is a 20 pip move, and I'm taking my freaking 5. And you know what I'm doing? Whatever the hell I want. I'm taking my 5 pips, and I'm done. Right? I'll go and look at another pair. And me, personally, I'm typically, even at this stage, I've been trading for over a year, I'm typically not in more than 1 or 2 trades at a time.
Where did it flip again? What candle? It's hard to see from because they're so tiny.
Yeah, I know. All right, let me see if I can.
It's okay. I wasn't it on the about the 1800, 15?
Yeah, see here?
Okay, I see it.
See that yellow star? Let me just real quick format the style. Boom. You see it now?
Yep.
Yeah, the reason why I put the yellow in smaller than the red one, there's times when they lay over each other. Like, follow my cursor. See over here?
Mm-hmm.
One is laying over the other. So I make the yellow one a little smaller, and then they're silhouetted. I can see the yellow and the red. And
Gotcha.
I trade on a black screen. So I take all this information, and I go into my trading view chart, and I trade there. So it's a lot easier. Okay, I basically get my information from here and I take it over to the other chart. So anybody else? We're bumping up against an hour and I want to be very respectful for everyone's time, but I have no problem answering whatever questions are out there.
This was excellent, Tommy. Thank you.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. I hope you're getting something from it. And has anyone been on here for a couple times that you got?
This is my 4th.
Oh, 4th? Okay, do you have any kind of results you want to share with the group? Good.
I haven't used it yet because I was confused with the SARS. Tonight I'm clear.
Oh, cool. All right, sure. Anyone else have any kind of results you want to share?
And I've watched your videos probably 3 or 4 times, but I still didn't get it. I'm
No
a
problem.
tactile learner like you are.
Yeah, that's why we're here. This is how, people of IML have an absolutely unfair advantage in trading. Because, and I'm not going to compare us to other platforms, but a typical retail trader learns off YouTube. And you don't have a community. You don't have someone who has actually done this and, taking all the shots to the jaw, a couple of black eyes, getting beat up to actually walk you through, the minefield and just cut the learning curve down. So, I'm very happy to do this. I'm very happy that we're adding value. And this is why, we do as well as we do because of the community. So if there are no other questions, I'm going to give it back to my dear friend, Corey.
I have a question.
Okay, Corey, shoot.
Earlier, obviously, I have to listen to you a few more times to really understand all the lingo that you're using with this type of platform. But you spoke about something flipping and that's when it was a sell, and that's when you got in. Can you point out where the flip is?
Yes, absolutely. And Corey, let me highly advise everyone in this Zoom to have an intimate relationship with a Daisy Duncan. I spent so much time with a Daisy Duncan, my wife doing, I was cheating on her. Who's this a Daisy chick? No, she's my teacher.
They're all new now, Tommy.
It's all good. That's good. So go into the academy and go and start paying attention to a Daisy Duncan. She's a phenomenal educator, and all of this will become crystal clear. But I want to answer your immediate question. So let's go back to this chart and let us back out of all the indicators, and we're going to go through this soup to nuts, okay? Now, the way the market moves, or the way we get paid on the market, is we get paid when the price is in motion, okay? So here is a trade that was called. The trades are called on a thing called a D extension. That's when they're called. Boom. Here's the entry price. The sell is above, so that means if this pair goes into a buy, I'm going to lose. So the sell, I win. So I have take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. So when this pair goes into a sell, I am going to earn pips. Corey, we got that so far?
Got it.
Awesome. So what I do is, like, I don't want to take one person's opinion. My name is Thomas. I'm freaking Italian. I come from New York. I don't believe nothing. Right? Doubting Thomas. Prove it to me. You say it's going to be a sell? I want to hear from somebody else. That's when I come over here to my little indicator thing, and I click on the Bollinger Bands. A Bollinger Band is nothing more, the top edge of the band, this top blue line, is all the average highs. And the bottom is all the average lows. And the middle is that's the middle. It's the median. The red line is the middle. So the price will always bounce from the high to the low, high to the low. So Johnny Bollinger invented the Bollinger Bands, and Johnny's telling me right here on the D extension, this is all we know, everything to the right of the D extension has not happened yet. So what is it telling me? It's telling me, dude, price just closed outside of the high. It's higher than the average. So if something is higher than the average, what do you think it's about to do? It's going to come back to the average. It's going to go down. I just don't know when. So wouldn't it be nice to know when the price is going to reverse? Yes, I want to know that. That's what a SAR does. A SAR stands for stop and reverse. The price stops and it goes in the other direction. That's what I want to know. So I pull those indicators in. And that's what's flipping from the sell, whenever the SARs are on top of price, the candles, that means it's in a sell. Whenever the SARs are on the bottom, it's calling out a buy. So here, the SAR is clearly calling out a buy, and the candle is not cooperating. The indicators are not in confluence. They're not in agreement. To me, that's a big flag. Danger, Will Robinson. Don't get in a freaking trade. So I don't. I wait for all my indicators. Here on this candle, I had my early warning system flipped. The red SAR always flips first, my early warning system, but my confirmation did not come in. So now I have my early warning system, my confirmation, my harmonic scan is telling me it's a sell. Johnny Bollinger is saying it's going to be a sell. I will wait all the way down here when most traders feel like they missed the move. I don't care. I want my 5 freaking pips. So I wait to here. This is where I would have gotten it on this candle when it flips. So that would have been here. I'm doing my measuring tool. And now I'm measuring how many pips this candle is. That's 20 pips. Can you get 5 out of 20? Yeah.
Right.
So this is, for me, it's super, super, super cautious, super, super, super low risk, because my goal is to trade in lot sizes of 10,000. That's my goal. How's that?
I understand. Here's my thing.
Yep.
I hear what you're saying. Let me ask you this: so with this graph, how do you know what's actually happening in real time? Because you said something's going to happen, and you can see the future. So or a predictive type of thing going on. But
Yes.
how do you know what's happening in real time? What's in the future one, and so you can make a decision?
Good question. Okay. Excellent question. Let me go back to a current one, and we'll work in real time. Go back here. Here. This is the most current chart right here. My little sharky poo. This is current time.
All right.
Okay. So now, is this calling out a buy or a sell?
The yellow is on top, so it's a sell.
No, I'm not talking about my indicators. Hold on. Let me get back to here. Let me scrub my indicators. This is out of the box. The harmonic scanner, a naked harmonic scanner, is it calling a buy or is it calling a sell?
Okay, I don't know.
Out of the box, it's a buy.
Buy. It's buy.
Yep, and this is the first step, Corey. What you do is you look at where the current price is. Where is the current price? My current price is here, where this candle is. See this little box over here? See my cursor?
Hold on, I don't see it. Hold on. Is it on the right?
Yeah, do you see my cursor now?
Okay, yes. All right.
Okay, so way over here, let me see how to do this. Let me get it closer. Good. So here is current price. This number is current price. Where is my stop loss compared to the current price? Here is my stop loss underneath it. You see my stop loss? See in red?
Oh, all right. All right.
You got me?
Got you.
So if I'm losing, you lose when you hit your stop loss. So if I have to go into a sell to get to my stop loss, my buy is where my profit is, correct?
Right.
So this pair is in a buy. It's calling out a buy. So what I want to do is I want to pull in my Bollinger Band. Now, is my Bollinger Band telling me I'm at the high edge of the market or the low edge of the market?
At the low edge.
Exactly right. So where is this pair going to go? It's going to go at least to the red line, at least to the median, minimum. It's going to want to go back. So my Bollinger Band is agreeing with my harmonic scanner. I just don't know when. So I bring in two SARs. I bring in my early warning system and my confirmation. My SARs are on the top of the candle. Here's the candle. My SAR is on top. When the SAR is on top of a candle, it's indicating a sell.
A sell. Okay.
Does that agree with my Bollinger Band? And does that agree with my harmonic scanner right now?
Yes.
No.
No. Oh.
My harmonic scanner is saying buy. My Bollinger Band is saying buy. Both of my SARs are telling me it's a sell. So what do? Nothing.
Nothing, right? Nothing.
I want you to picture this. I want you to picture we're playing tug of war. Okay? You're on the beach, you draw a line in the sand, you got the rope, you tie a knot in it. You play tug of war, right?
Right.
Okay. So all of our indicators are the opponents or the participants in tug of war. So when the rope moves in one direction, it's a buy. When the rope moves in the other direction, it's a sell. And the further the rope moves, the distance the rope moves are pips. So now we're playing tug of war. We decided it's going to be a buy. I want all my indicators on my side of the rope. You got me?
I got you.
Right? So the way the current arrangement in time right now, as I see it, is I got two indicators on one side of the rope and two indicators on the other side of the rope. When you pull the rope, nothing happens. I want to make sure I have all my indicators on my side of the rope. That's why I will be patient. So what's going to happen, in my opinion, from looking at thousands and thousands of charts, as time goes by, we're going to get some more blue candles. My SARs are going to flip into a buy, and I am going to be very patient, and I am going to wait for my SARs to be in agreement with the rest of the other two indicators, and I'm going to jump in, boom, 5 pips. I'm going to get those 5 pips and run like I stole them and get the hell out.
Let me ask you this. Can you set an alarm for that to happen? Can you set the phone to alarm when it comes into agreement?
Yes, and your broker will have the parameters. I don't know what broker or what trading platform you're using, but each trading platform gives you an ability to set alerts. So you'll get an alert on your phone. You don't have to sit here staring at this thing for an hour. This is a 1 hour chart right now. So this is probably not going to happen for another 3 hours.
Got it.
From, roughly, right? So yeah, and that's the long and the short of it. So, but just by using this one tool with a super low skill set, and I'm not saying you're not going to develop great skills, but you can start winning on a regular basis with elementary skills, with a very sophisticated tool, and throwing some other indicators on top just to give you a warm, fuzzy feeling, to have a very, very low-risk trading plan with this tool.
I like the tug of war analogy.
Good, I'm glad. That made a lot of sense to me. So, yeah, I'm glad.
Tommy.
Yes.
So how do you know when your Bollinger Band is stating a buy or sell? I'm still trying to get the Bollinger Band exactly.
Sure, okay. The Bollinger Band, realize this. The Bollinger Band shows you the average highs. See this? You see my cursor?
Yes.
That edge, that's called the high edge of the market because that's all the average high prices. And the low edge of the market is the average low prices. So price bounces between the high and the low.
Yes.
So there's going to come a time, look at back here in time, where the band is really narrow. That's consolidation. I call it patience. Right? You gotta be patient.
Yeah.
Patience pays. So when the band is really narrow, there hasn't been a whole lot of delta or difference between the average high and the average low. That means the price is not moving.
Exactly.
I like a Bollinger Band like this. Look how trippy this thing is. I got way high average highs, way low average lows. There's a lot of motion. We get paid for what?
Patience.
Yes, but motion. We are being patient until the move happens, right? So here we have a big spread in the highs and the lows. That means there's a lot of room for this thing to move. And now when these SARs flip down to the bottom, these blue candles are going to start populating. My SARS flip, I get in 5 pips. I'm probably not going to see action here for me to get in until this is somewhere near the red line or somewhere here where my cursor is. The price is going to be somewhere over here, and this is just from my experience. It'll be after, you know, probably not even be after take profit 1. I got no pride. I'll let take profit 1 happen. Why? Because I know it's a mature move. The cards have already been dealt. See, we are operating in a highly manipulated environment. These prices are controlled by central banks and market makers. This nothing happens here by chance. This is all orchestrated. And we just have to learn how to read the little movements from the orchestra leader. That's the freaking indicators. Follow the bouncing ball. Okay? Anybody else?
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Ori, my dear, it's back to you. And now a word from my sponsor.
I said, what a great, I'm getting messages and the chat is blowing up and everyone is learning so much from you, Tom. You have patience. And I just wanted to thank you so much for pouring out to the group every Wednesday, the way that you do. You never put a timer on, and you don't get off until the last person asks the question. And the funny thing is that you really have patience because, I'm one of them. Will ask you 10 the same question. Will answer them in different ways until I get it. Not even here, just in life in general. So with that being said, we are here every single Wednesday, guys. Every single Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern time. You are welcome here, and you're also welcome to invite a guest, someone that that you want to share with them, IML, and just bring them into the community so they see the support. Because we know the support system that we have. That's the priceless. That is what we have in our hands. So if no one has any questions, those that send me their email, I'm going to email you the recordings of the recording from tonight. And then Jeff, AKA Silver Sneakers, I don't know why you put that there. You got to put your full name, Jeff. He is working with me to help me simplify my recordings in one place. So that way everyone can go in there and just week to week, just have them all there so you can go back and hear it over and over again. So with that being said, if no one has any more questions, his name, Fred Anderson, not Jeff, Fred Anderson. Okay. I'm going to write this down. We crossed off Jeff and Fred. So if anybody, do you have any more questions before we close it out for this evening? No? Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing night. And we will see you here next Wednesday, same time. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Maman, j'ai grandi, j'étais tout petit, tu m'as tout donné, j'ai avancé, l'espoir de tout faire, parce que j'ai joué, quand j'ai dit danser, papa est inquiet.
I see you, Betty and Danica. Glad you're here tonight.
Esta mitad